All right, my phone won't hard reset. It's been doing this for the past couple days. That means my phone is hacked. Somebody told me that who was an IT person, or I heard it from a person who heard it from an IT person. Now they both say that they never said that. Either way, this problem I ran into during the Coma Witch situation. My phone would not hard reset. I have a video of it failing to hard reset for 3 hours straight. Now, here's something to mention. I posted, I set my Twitter feed public around the time that all this was going on. A couple of assassination attempts had already occurred against me. And I suddenly felt like the jealousy of some lost Carrollton person. I grew up in the Carrollton area. And it wasn't anybody who I was friends with. The people I hung out with were mostly black and Mexican and hardcore athletes. Who weren't black and Mexican. They were all hardcore athletes. But the thing about it is that those kinds of people aren't sitting around looking for me. They don't want to live in a white man's ass like that. Okay, but these people, it took, and I could just feel it. It was the group, another group of people, and some of the girls liked me from that group. I guess they just fucking got lost and never came back. But the thing about it is I suddenly felt like, oh, one of these motherfuckers is going to try to kill me. But see, I'd already learned, and you can read about this, and Thomas Cleary's Introduction to the Art of War is a good place to start. But you can use intuition to evade assassination, or pretty much you can use it to evade anything if you are sensitive enough inside your own mind to the changes in the air, through meditation and things like this. Anyways, the government tried to kill me in a direct way. And then they tried to kill me in an indirect way, and then they stopped trying to kill me. And the reason why is because they understood, and it's well documented and understood, especially if you just read The Art of War, so do not attack crack soldiers. And they all know that like the back of their hand, especially the military personnel, which is probably involved in this because of the way that it was designed. But they understood that they're not going to be able to get that done. They told themselves maybe if we can't kill him in a direct way, we might be able to kill him in an indirect way by getting him to bring it onto himself. But who knows? Doubtful, probably, that would have even worked at that point. And then from there they moved on to using psychological warfare to kind of cause me to fall into this state of not being able to really get my bearings straight or use intuition properly, and then they arrested me. So they had completely given up on assassination, and at that point Donald Trump saluted the North Korean generals the next day because they had been working hard at that. But see, the thing about it is that when this person came into my house, and the way it happened, I was in the shower, I put the gun at the top of the shower, and I just was reaching for the gun as he rounded the corner just to blow his mind. And then when he looked back, I just went smiled at him with a kind of a sick smile just to kind of seal the deal so he would be traumatized enough just to leave. And it worked. And I'm really, really good at that kind of stuff. When I felt it, I didn't feel like it didn't feel like a real threat. It felt kind of a superficial threat. More was the problem of the way it felt. Like I didn't really even know you like that, and you're giving yourself a license to be jealous to that degree of what people are trying to kill me. And it just felt like white trash. You know what I mean? It just felt like trash in the air. You know what I mean? Like just a lost person. You can never really give that much explanation to what's going on inside their white trash mind. There's just blind rage. And I think that's what Psalm 2 is talking about when it says, why do the heathen rage? The low-class people that just get blind rage and shit. They're just trash, so fuck them and forget about them. But the thing about it is just I've been feeling that a lot the last couple days, these lost motherfuckers that I was never really friends with, that I somehow became acquainted with, I don't know. But either way, I felt like, I just have felt like just the last couple days, just lost people that I never knew, it's just so infuriating, you know what I mean? Just the way that feels, I can't explain it. But that's what it feels like. And it just, any little thing, I can just feel it in the air, you know what I mean? Even certain thoughts, I can feel it. It's like it triggers something in the air. I'm so sensitive to anything that's in the air. It's like unbelievable. You know what I mean? You wouldn't ever be able to to understand how far in advance I can see things. And that's what it's talking about in the Thomas Cleary's introduction of The Art of War, to first be able to sense it before it arrives, and then to be able to sense it before it's put into action, and then to be able to sense it before it is even a plan. You know what I mean? And it says these are 3 skills that develop interdependently. So you learn one, and then your sensitivity rises to the next level. And then if you can do that, then you'll go to the higher level, and your mind will constantly evolve in this manner. But I feel them very much out there doing that. And you know what? I'm not truly worried about what's going to come of it, other than just having to feel it all the time. And just, it just gets old, But anyways, that's what's going on.